In today's video, I'm going to be inspiring you to think of creative ways and places that you can share the link to your lead magnet so that more people come on to your email list. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Christine. If you're new around here, I am the founder of my own brand called Sewing in the City, where I sell my digital products as well as various sewing courses and have brand sponsorships. I love sharing my experience of running and growing an online business, and so that's what my channel is all about. Today, we are going to be talking about specifically advertising your lead magnet. So if you haven't already watched the first two videos of this series, the first video talks about 11 different irresistible lead magnet ideas that you can create that you can give in exchange for an email address. And then video 2 talks about setting up a really simple opt-in page within my favorite email service provider, Flowdesk. But if you don't have Flowdesk, you want to get your lead magnet set up on an opt-in page. Once you have those two things, you'll have a unique link that your opt-in page lives on, and we're going to spread that link all around the interwebs. The first place you want to optimize with your freebie link is your Instagram. So obviously you want to put that link in your LinkedIn bio. It's like the most basic place, but some people actually forget it because it is so basic. So make sure you have your freebie in your link in bio. Second on Instagram is Instagram stories. So the other day I posted a story slide. It was 2 slides showing one of my freebie offers, which is a ballerina slipper pattern. And within 24 hours, I got 40 new email addresses. Insane. So what I've started to do now is every single week within my content calendar where I plan out my social content, I have 2 days a week where I advertise my free thing within my stories. And now you can actually link to your freebie within the Instagram story. So this is an amazing way for people. Maybe they've just joined, they've just started following you, and then they see your story, and this is a great way to get them into your world, onto your email list. So make sure you schedule in some story posts at least once a week advertising your freebie. And another clever way to put in your lead magnet link within Instagram is in a carousel post. So let's say you have a swipe through type of post called a carousel post that maybe has a few different tips and tricks along the different slides. Well, at the end of the slides, you could advertise your lead magnet there. Now, this isn't going to be a clickable link, but if you have a shortened link or a pretty URL, you could type in the link on the slide. And as long as it's easy enough to remember, people will definitely type it in. And last little tip on Instagram is if you do an actual post on Instagram, so not a reel or IGTV, but just a static post, and you talk, or a carousel actually, and you talk about your freebie in a really curious way. And at the end of your comment or your caption, you write link in bio, like download my free guide, XYZ, link in bio. Then take that organic social media post and put $5 or $10 behind it and use it as an ad to try to reach a new audience. So this is something I do almost every single week, not necessarily just with my lead magnet posts, but with other organic posts that I want to get a little bit more traction on and use as an attraction mechanism to get more people into my world. So maybe I boost an organic post, people start to follow me, and then a couple days later on my story slide, then they get my free thing and they join my email list. But if you're talking directly about your free lead magnet and you put a little bit of money behind it, that can be a great way to get people directly into your email list. It's also really easy for other people to share. So if that post has a good value give, other people will actually share it with their audience as well, which only grows your reach and gets more people attracted to your email list. Next up, let's talk about optimizing Facebook with your lead magnet. So the very first place that you want to make sure you have your lead magnet is your banner image. So I would do this on your personal profile as well as your business page. And what I like to do is do a graphic that either talks about the freebie or has a little arrow to download my freebie, and then I put the link within the description of the banner image. So if someone clicks the button to download my freebie, they see the link right in the description. And you definitely want to use on the left-hand side of your profile and your page, make sure you have any links to your freebie within the allotted spaces. You're allowed to put links in your own Facebook bio, so make sure that you have the links to your most juicy freebie right there within your profile. And very similar to Instagram, you could even share the same post that you did on Instagram on Facebook. So organic posts speaking about your lead magnet. And with Facebook, you can put the link to the freebie in the first comment, and you could definitely use this as an ad and put a little bit of dollars behind it to try to reach a new audience. It's also shareable, and it is attractive to anyone who's in your audience. Now let's move on to podcasts. So one of the best tools for if you're going to be on podcasts is your freebie, because it's a really enticing, juicy way for people to get more information from you, to download value or attend your free mini training or whatever it is. So at the end of the podcast show, normally the podcast host will ask you, Christine, how can we get in touch with you? How can we learn more? And it's so easy to say, oh, well, download my free XYZ guide where you can do XYZ. It's here at xyz.com. So podcasts are a great place to have your freebie advertised. And the only tip here is to make sure that you have your freebie either on your custom domain or an easy to remember and easy to say domain URL. So this might be like coursecreationroadmap.com, something really simple that people can remember and easily type in from the audio or the audio/visual of a YouTube/podcast. And super quick side note here, if you are looking to get on more podcasts, I recommend setting up a profile at podcastguests.com. This is a great place where you can have a profile that includes a little bit about you and your speaking topics, and where you can connect with other podcast hosts. So this is a little tip if you want to get on more podcasts, which I highly recommend. That could be a great site to start putting yourself out there and getting connected with podcast hosts. Now let's talk about optimizing your website with your lead magnet. So some of the ideas that you could have on your website, any traffic coming into your main site, you could have things like a top bar. So right along the top of your website, you can have just a little top bar that advertises one of your freebies. I have one actually right on my course platform. So once someone has actually already become a customer, they could actually join another, a link to my challenge, which then goes into a funnel that sells one of my other courses. So this little top bar is really a handy way for non-customers as well as customers to see what other products you have, other freebies. You definitely want to have your freebie advertised on the homepage of your website. When someone lands on your site, either above the fold or somewhere below, you definitely want to have a spot advertising your lead magnet right there on the homepage. If you have several freebies, you could also have a freebies page that has all the multiple offerings that you have for free resources, you could call it, in the menu bar. You could have it on the top menu bar or also in the footer. Also consider having an ad on the sidebar of your blog that advertises your freebie or your freebies. And that is another place, if you're getting traffic coming to your blog and then they see your freebie advertised in the sidebar, that's a great way to passively attract people into your email list. Okay, and now kind of a general brainstorm. I want you to think day to day, all of the places you hang out online socially, whether that's TikTok, Clubhouse, Etsy, Pinterest, anywhere else that you have a specific profile on a social profile or platform, you want to make sure that you look with the same techniques that we've used for Instagram and Facebook. Link in bio, a banner image, profile links, anywhere. So really give yourself a good brainstorm. Think about all the places that you show up online and make sure they're optimized. LinkedIn, I totally forgot LinkedIn. So think about all the places that you show up on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and do a double check and just make sure that your link is everywhere. Last but not least, you can always run Facebook and Instagram ads to your freebie. We spoke a little bit about this with organic content. My favorite way to advertise my freebies are through an organic social post that I use as an ad. So this is really simple to do within the Facebook Business Manager. And if you have a little bit of budget to grow your list, this is a great way to do it. All right, that's it for me today in this episode. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my other videos. All right, see you later. Bye.